This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
Enough people say they know they can't believe.
What?
Baconsalia's got a bobsled team. We have the one Kent and the man Joel and the man Zack and our winter speedos. The fastest of the podcasters go to Olympic for Baconsalia.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Thanks, guys. I appreciated the laughter there because it helped me space out the song a little bit. Because I was like,
beautiful, Tallulah.
I am just considering what a winter Speedo is.
so you've seen He-Man, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
The fur line.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go.
okay, that makes sense.
And there's a reference there if you haven't listened to a previous show, but it doesn't matter right now because...
Welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And I'm Zack.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our last show, our video game party show.
So good.
It was my party, and Zack came to my party, and then we went to Kent's party, which wasn't as cool as my party.
But let's be friends anyways.
Thank you so much for participating on social media. We had a bunch of really fun comments. We had people who basically built their own lists or ranked the
or chose a
individual
party.
games or chose a party. It was really fun. Mott's on Instagram said, I was shocked to hear Fusion Frenzy show up. Definitely going to that party.
That's my party.
Yeah. Drew Kimball said the most uncoordinated I've ever felt in my life was the one and only attempt I did at DDR. And we've all been there. But then I got kind of good at it. I got to be honest. Brandon Davis said, my middle school birthday parties, we set up 4 Xbox 360s with Halo 3 all the time. The parties were quite popular since you could stick 4 players on one Xbox for a max of 16 players.
Yeah,
it was
Halo
a blast.
parties.
So good.
Halo LAN parties were so much fun. Online has really ruined all that.
It really has.
Or dating.
Or being an adult.
Yeah,
I guess not being 15. Oh, that's
Sure,
good.
yeah.
Oh, all right. And then Crew Dutler on Twitter said, I didn't get introduced to Halo until after I graduated college and moved to DC. My roommates hooked me on Halo 2 and we had LAN parties all the time. So much fun, and the main reason I chose Kent's party. I've played GoldenEye, and without the nostalgia, it's not very good. And that's the problem. You can't go back and play that
At the
game.
time, it was amazing.
But if you did play it, it was so fun.
Yes, it was. Yes.
And there was tons of comments like that, people just being nostalgic about these games. So thank you so much for participating. It makes it so fun for us.
We do. We love seeing your thoughts on this. But that's not what we're talking about today.
No, we're done with that.
What are we talking about today, Zack?
We are headed back to the Olympics.
Baconsalia.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have an anthem.
Yes, Baconsalia was our... If you don't know, we did this previously on episode 314, the Baconsalia Summer Olympics, back in August of 2021.
Forever ago.
And so when the Winter Olympics were coming around, we said, okay, guys, we got to do it again. So Baconsalia is once again going to be participating in the Winter Olympics. Because, well, we should clarify first. We're going to be ranking and tiering Winter Olympic sports. There are 15 sports.
Way less than summer.
Yes.
And granted,
Like
there are divisions of each of these sports.
Yes.
Maybe 5 or 6 versions.
Yeah. And so we're going to be giving each one of these sports a gold medal, being the top, obviously, silver medal, or a bronze medal.
But then,
as we did last time, we decided to add a little spice to the show that we were going to send a representative from Baconsalia to participate in these events.
I think we've proven with our sports knowledge that we're all athletes.
I think we have. We didn't. I don't remember us getting any medals last year in the Olympics, but I didn't see any Baconsalia.
Well, we boycotted, obviously.
But for some reason, last year, Baconsalia decided the official Olympic uniform was a Speedo.
Everything in a Speedo.
Everything.
I think it was
Speedo.
actually your fault. I want to blame you.
This sounds like a Kent blame, honestly.
But I think we do need to continue the tradition.
I do. But since it's the Winter Olympics, I am going
Because we all look so great in this.
I would like to propose, gentlemen.
I'm listening.
This is the Winter Olympics. I think we need a little modification. We can't just wear a Speedo. So I propose that Baconsalia amend the traditional Speedo uniform to be a Speedo, a scarf, and a beanie.
Done.
Yes, approved.
Okay.
Done.
Man, democracy is so cool in Baconsalia.
I mean, it sounds like dictatorship, but you know, it's a good idea.
I propose something.
Okay, I need to bring this up to you. This is a little bit of a Zack attack.
No mittens? No mittens?
No mittens. Well, some disciplines require gloves.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Who do we have? And I don't think we talked about this last time. Who do we have representing us at the opening ceremony?
Oh.
Of us
Who
three,
carries the flag
or who's
of
famous from
Baconsalia?
Baconsalia?
I don't know. Who carries the flag for Baconsalia?
There's only 3 of us.
Well,
I think we could probably
do we have like someone we bring in, a ringer?
I think it's the 3 of us wearing a large trench coat, sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yes, Muppet style.
wearing Speedos.
Because we want to make it seem like we're giants in Baconsalia. And so it's a large man, but he's awkwardly kind of tipsy.
This is a weird country.
Look, we gotta intimidate the others.
Hey,
It's a huge trench coat, by the way.
Hey Siri, where do I find super long trench coats?
We know how to sew in Baconsalia.
Coles, actually.
But let's bring it back.
Coles cash.
Let's bring it back to reality.
Oop, there goes gravity.
Reality.
With the Winter Olympic history. So just to bring it back here, so a little bit
this is real.
of knowledge,
Boring.
yes. The first Winter Olympic Games was in 1924, which the Summer Olympics started in 1896. So this is a while after that. They finally decided they were going to do a Winter Olympics.
Like, we hate winter. Let's do something fun.
And back then, when they were in Chamois, France, I don't know how to say it. There were 215 there were 250 athletes from 16 nations and 16 events. However, just this year, just to give you an idea here, there is now 2,861 athletes, like 10 times athletes, 91 nations competing in 109 events.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
109 events, these are broken down like
By
within...
distance, for example, or men and women's.
Yes, exactly. So there's a bunch of places you can medal, but it's all kind of grouped in these 15 groups.
Right.
The original 5 Olympic sports, by the way, were bobsled, curling, ice hockey, Nordic skiing, and skating.
What?
Those were the original 5.
Curling has that kind of legacy.
It has a legacy. We'll get to that.
Okay.
The Winter Olympic Games have been hosted on 3 continents by 12 countries, 4 times in the United States, by the way. Whereas the Summer Olympics, they've been on 5 continents in 19 countries. So there's more opportunities for the Summer Olympics.
Sure.
Because more people can do them.
Mm-hmm.
The Southern Hemisphere has not participated in the Winter Olympics hosting.
No, not at all.
Because you need snow.
Right.
And also you need mountains. They need mountains for some of these. And it's funny because back in 1964, the Austrian city of Innsbruck, they were going to be hosting the Olympics.
Good old Innsbruck.
And normally they have like winter weather there. That's what they do. But the year the Olympics came, it was a warm
that's
warm
so
time,
sad.
and they didn't have enough snow. They had to truck. They had the army come
They have
in
to sacrifice a
and
few witches?
transport. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They transported snow to it. And also back, it used to be that Summer and Winter Olympics were held in the same year.
Yeah.
Back in 1992, they split it.
That's when they did it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah. By the way, just to pat ourselves on the back here, not a Baconsalia, but as United States citizens, the only country to have won a gold medal at every Winter Olympic Games is the United States.
Really?
But we're not the king of the crop. You guys want to give a
is?
guess as to who's the all-time Winter Olympics medal game table winner?
Soviets.
You say
Norway.
Russia?
Norway.
Yeah. Norway is number 1.
I mean, it makes sense,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Well, it's like almost all these sports originated in that area.
Yeah.
I'm sure Germany's up there too.
Yeah. And USA is number 2. So, in the all-time medals.
Okay.
So good for us. But yeah, the Winter Olympics really are kind of interesting because there is so many things that have to go right. And
Sure.
I learned that the hosting cities almost never see a profit from having them.
Yeah, I read a little bit of research where they don't often build sometimes bobsled tracks because it costs them money.
Yes.
It's like, we're going to go cheap this year.
Well, or sometimes you get some decent freeways in a crappy outdoor mall. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they came here, when the Olympics came to Salt Lake City in 2002, I remember the mess that was the Salt Lake City downtown freeway area.
Yeah, the construction was
We
the
called it
worst.
going through the luge when you
Yeah.
had like a little tiny lane with walls on both sides that you had to fly through.
And I missed all that, by the way.
Oh, you were gone?
Yeah, I was
for that?
gone. And so I just remember everyone's like, yeah, we saw the Foo Fighters. We saw Incubus. We saw all these people play downtown Salt Lake. I'm like, what? Okay, I'm going to wake up at 6:30
And the
tomorrow.
Olympics, Ken.
Oh, yeah,
It
and the
wasn't
Olympics.
just- it wasn't just
who cares
concert
about the
after
Olympics?
concert.
Everyone's wearing their Roots beanies. I'm like, who cares?
Roots beanies. and they're trying to grow Apollo Anton Ono soul patches.
Yeah.
He was trying to grow
It
a
was,
soul
it was a
patch.
different time.
Do you guys watch the Winter Olympics at all? Let's just say it may not really compare to the Summer Olympics.
I disagree. I actually like it more.
You
Oh.
can't.
I do.
Well, I do watch definitely some events during Winter Olympics.
And we'll get into which ones and why you like them.
My number 1 watched event is on this list.
But I will also
Ever,
say
okay.
this. In the Summer Olympics, when we were being the champions, usually it was just humor. It was, it was funny. I might get exhausted. I might get tired. You might die in almost every single
every
event in
single
the
one of
Winter
them.
Olympics.
Yeah. The
There
stakes
is
are
an
way
element
higher here.
of death in this that I did
Yeah.
not see in the Summer Olympics.
You don't think you'd die on a pommel horse? You would die on a pommel horse, Joel.
I'd die while doing a real horse in dressage, like just on top of it, falling off.
You
and breaking
guys
my
made
neck.
me compete in swimming that I'll die in.
Because you said you couldn't swim. Have you amended that for the Winter Olympics?
Did I learn how to swim
Yes.
since then?
hey,
no.
hey, it's ice now. He eats ice. So we'll figure it out.
Can you swim on ice?
Can't skate.
So, Joel, I'm glad you brought that up because I watch the Winter Olympics like most people watch NASCAR. I want to see the accidents. I love Winter Olympics. That was my research this week. YouTube.
You just watch
Winter
Nancy
Olympics
Kerrigan
bloopers
clips over and over again.
No. But I was like, luge bloopers, please. And I was like, oh, that's horrible. Skeleton bloopers, please.
No.
Oh, no.
That's like Faces of Death.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Anyways, that is why I watch it. I want to see the skiers go way off track and just get impaled on their own ski. Anyways, so should we begin?
Yes, we shall.
Let us begin with alpine skiing.
So alpine skiing, also known as downhill skiing, is a series of events where people are going downhill.
What?
Yes. There's combined, there's downhill, there's slalom, there's giant slalom, and there's Super G.
Super G.
Super G.
Which is navigating gates, essentially.
Yeah, these little slalom, little gates that get wider and wider with each event. So like, the giant slalom has a kind of a wider thing, and the Super G is wider, so they have a wider thing to go through.
The title alpine skiing sounds so boring for what this sport actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what their speeds are.
And it's broad. That's the thing with a lot of these categories. There's only 15 categories here, but they like some of them are vast.
Right.
Yeah.
And this, I feel, is one of them where, conceptually, you're just going downhill on the skis, but they do enough different types of events and different types of courses.
But they're going fast. They're going like 90 miles an hour down these hills.
And also, it's really sad to see if they ever miss a gate, right? Let's say when they're going parallel, right? And it's one against the other, fastest time wins. If they miss a gate, they have to hike back up on their skis.
It's sad.
And go up past the gate and go again. Basically disqualified.
And this is one of those events where you're sitting back, like popping some Cheetos, going, missed a gate.
What a loser.
And I think that's maybe the one flaw I feel like there is with this is everyone seems so amazing. You don't know what the difficulty level actually is. Right?
That's sports.
Except for, it is.
I don't watch sports.
You know it is. You know how difficult it is because you're watching this they're going so fast, they're going to die.
Yeah, and you kind of hope so.
By the way, dominating country for this, Austria.
All right.
Austria is the leader in this with 37 gold medals.
Fun fact, I don't know a single word in Austrian to respond to that.
Schwarzenegger.
Ach.
The term slalom, by the way, comes from the Norwegian word slalom, meaning slightly... Slalom.
Okay.
Meaning slightly inclining hillside.
You just added a different emphasis on slalom.
Meaning
Shalom.
track after skis. Oh, man. I just watched this. I am amazed by this one, though.
Right.
As I watch it, I'm watching them fly through. Have you guys been skiing? Are you guys skiers?
Snowboarder.
Snowboarder?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Come on, because it's cooler.
What do you mean by that?
That is such a Kent pick.
I've been snowboarding since I was 14.
That makes sense.
It's not like I started last year because no one else was doing it.
No, I'm basically... I assume
You're
that you started
judging.
when you were 14.
You're striking me as a snowboarder.
Definitely. Definitely.
Hey,
Joel,
you know what?
would you like to go skiing later?
Gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Did I get in your way?
See, it's the little dog syndrome that snowboarders have.
Did I ruin your powder?
Snowboarders are always so defensive.
Oh, do you guys
they
want to
are.
go in the half pipe? Oh,
Did you notice, by the way, he said episode where we said that makes sense, and he automatically thought it was an insult.
It was an insult.
You didn't know that?
Joel? I know. You're snickering over there.
You probably also drink Pepsi, right?
Such a skier. No, I don't. Diamondo, you know that.
And he's wearing a Coke t-shirt.
But I've been skiing once in my life.
Okay.
One real time, I should say, when I went up to a ski resort. And even then, it was just bunny hill stuff. But I was like a teenager. I literally was wearing a parka and Levi's.
Oh, no.
Because my dad was just going to take me up and show me how to do skiing. And so I'm going down this little tiny bunny hill, and this is on video. We have video of this. My dad was like riding next to me and filming me.
I want to see this.
And I fell, of course.
Sure.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
I started going a little fast, and I fell again, and I go again. But the problem was I did this one where I was going really fast, and I fell, and my dad had adjusted some of the bindings to pop off. Like I think it was the front to back, but not the side to side.
Not good.
So my leg just goes and like twists around. I didn't break anything, but I hurt my knee, and I was just done. I haven't been back since.
No.
If I was a skier and started drinking like dry martinis and judging everyone wearing vests, I'd probably add a vest to my uniform for this one.
Yes.
I would probably do the cross leg thing where it's like the skis just point towards each other
Yes.
because I'd be so scared to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, what about you?
Well, I once went skiing when I was in the 4th grade.
Okay.
And really, the only story that comes with it, I don't remember much of the actual skiing part, but I remember the night before we like got the skis rental and everything like that. And in my backyard, there was a little teeny tiny hill, maybe like 6 feet high. And I was practicing going down it. Well, I go down and I face plant into the snow, all spread eagle, like just slammed down there. And I just hear my mom go, "Don't move." And she runs in the house.
Oh, she got a
this
camera.
is before she had a camera in her pocket all
okay.
the time. Runs in the house. So I'm laying there in the cold snow. It's night. And she has to go grab the camera and then take a picture of me. And then she like changes the angle and walks around to the other side and takes a picture of me there.
Were you hurt by that, Zach, or just mentally?
Oh, I was not hurt. I was just cold.
Joel, were you hurt?
My knee did hurt for a while after that.
Okay, I'm worried that your injury will come back, and I know we don't normally choose
we
our
gotta
athlete.
cure it first.
We gotta,
This is a gold.
gold, silver, bronze.
This is an absolute delight to watch. They're going so fast that like you can't even really keep track of the geography of the track. But it's amazing to watch just how daring these people are. So this is a gold for me.
This is a gold for me as well. I generally like races that or races in general, but this is, based on time, not tricks or opinion or judging. It's just get down fast enough, make sure that you hit your marks. And I love that about all the Olympic sports, but this one is daring and interesting. It's a gold medal for me.
As a skier, I recognize the greatness in other people as they ski, and I'm giving this a gold as well.
Okay.
This is definitely one to watch if
so
you're going to
cool.
watch the Winter Olympics. For sure.
But Joel, like I said, I'm a little worried your injury will come back.
Yeah.
Though you're not wearing like the Levi's because Levi's get in the way. We all know this.
Yes.
Like if you're just in those briefs.
I'm worried about the PTSD getting in his head.
But what about you? What if your mom is there and she's videotaping you going down the hill?
Everybody has a camera in their pocket. It would happen quickly.
Okay.
All right. I think Zach's our champion.
Zach,
Alpine skier.
Yes. You're going to be going like 80 miles per hour down those hills.
Oh, I'm going to crash so hard. That Speedo's going to go flying.
Oh,
No. Keep the scarf on.
You're wearing
at
a
least.
belt.
Where'd the belt come from?
I don't know.
Can I be like in the James Bond movie and have like a combat knife on the side?
Sure.
No, you might cut it off. That's why it flew off.
Oh, okay. Now we have speed skating.
This has been part of the game since 1924.
There are 14 different events, but really it's just kind of different meters.
Yeah, or between men and women.
Ranging from 500 meters to 10,000 meters.
And this is just two racers at a time. They just literally want the best time overall. So because there's many different rounds of this, and so they just want the best round overall.
And this is the one where they skip, like you said, there are 2 lanes. They're skating in an oval.
Exactly.
And the leader on this one, dominating country, is the Netherlands. 42 gold medals. So good for them. Women's events were added to the Olympic program for the first time in 1960. So, 40 years after it first started about that. The skaters are, it sounds almost lesser, but it's not, because we were talking about how they're like 90 miles an hour in Alpine, but they're going downhill. These guys are going about 37 miles an hour around a ring just by
Is that
skating.
the average? Because I watched a round of this.
That's maximum speed.
And, if it's more like this is like the marathon, the triathlon, essentially, where the first couple rounds, they're just going to go kind of slow. But of course, they want to keep the lead because it's hard to take the lead. And I think it's hard to take the lead in this event in particular because they're just really passive. And then they sprint the last round.
They do that last little bit. It was like,
which is really
their arms
exciting.
and everything.
But it takes a long time to get there.
Now, they also, the thing I didn't know about this, but I learned, is that they put colored armbands on the skaters so you can tell which lane they started in, because they switch lanes.
Yeah.
Like, this is what it says. At the back straight, the skaters switch lanes, which causes them to both cover the same distance per lap. So as they go around, they cross, and then so that one person's not doing the outer ring the whole time. But it's a white for the inner lane and red for the outer lane. And they also have these cool skates that have like hinges on them, so their feet actually come off the back of the skate, and it's like they're just going on their toes. It's kind of insane, honestly.
I feel like this needs really epic music to be cool.
But it's
because there is a crowd there.
It's soothing.
But that's the thing. It's soothing. It's not exciting. This is like polite gliding.
What?
Don't you think? Like, this isn't the short track, which we'll get into in a little bit. This is like the long distance speed skating.
It is.
I think it's more polite, and it's slow, and it's a bronze.
A bronze?
Yeah, it's a bronze.
Speed skating is one of those events that I'm always like, if it's on, I'm like, ooh, what's going on here?
This is like slow lane skating.
But it's still, okay, I don't think it's maybe as exciting as other sports, sure. But I definitely want to watch this one because it's so satisfying to watch them glide across the ice.
But it takes too long to finish.
But I'm giving this a silver medal.
Okay.
Because I do enjoy watching it. Maybe it's not as exciting as other stuff, but I really do. Just that they make it look so effortless and cool.
Yeah.
It look like Frozone.
Joel, when you were in like middle school, did you ever go to like roller rinks or anything like that?
Definitely.
Did you just sit on the side and just watch people go in circles?
No, I was
that
there.
would be more fun than actually watching speed skating.
Come on.
It is dull.
It is not dull.
Do you like long distance running? Because that's
it's
what this
beautiful art form of body.
Okay.
Yes, you are. So this is a bronze for me, and Joel is our representative.
Bronze buddies over there.
I think you,
Zach,
you would be good.
I think there are a few things more exciting than watching people in a roller skating rink when like Land Down Under comes on,
come from the land
or like a
down
slow song comes up, and we're like, what should we do? Whose hand should we
It's
hold?
your love.
Up next, snowball.
But I will happily take this on, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And you guys will watch as my scarf flaps in the wind behind me.
Oh,
around
you could
this
get
track.
disqualified.
Yeah, I know, but at Baconsalia, that's just who we are.
You just have the one arm behind you,
Yeah.
and you're just swinging your other back and forth. So graceful. All right, now let's move over to the biathlon.
This sounds like a Summer Olympics game. Biathlon.
Well, a lot of the athlons
This is
are in the summer.
but bi meaning to, athlon meaning exhausting,
Which is when, I don't know why
that is the correct term.
two
why-
exhausting things.
Why are we saying, hey, we need to name this? We got some event that have 5 things to do. We got one that has 10 things to do. We have 2 on this one.
And what are the 2 things specifically?
Cross
Skiing
country
and
skiing
shooting.
and shooting.
So this is like a Bond movie.
Exactly.
Right?
That's why I like it.
Yes.
But it's not Bond movie where they're literally like shooting while they're skiing and then maybe getting
No, they
chewed
stop
up by
and
the
they either-
snowblower.
They do a standing position or a prone position, and they shoot a target.
Yeah.
We need to have a triathlon where at the end you jump into a Mini Cooper on an ice track and you just go around in circles.
So this started out, actually in 1924, it was military patrol is what they called it, because this was a military exercise. You do this for the Nordic countries. You do this cross country skiing, and then you do target shooting. That's what they did, and they decided to turn it into a
So you
Olympic
think
event.
there were armies of skiers, right, judging others? I hate that country so much. They're a bunch of snowboarders. Let's shoot them
Whoa.
politely.
Once again, I didn't bring that up.
The
snowboarder has a
triggered.
The snowboarder has a
There's
chip on his
a
shoulder.
little bit of insecurity here.
Listen, growing up, going to ski resorts where snowboarding was often banned and maybe brought in the next year, I was judged a few times. Okay.
I wonder what he's going to give snowboarding, Zach.
Yeah,
Just wonder.
how about that?
So a biathlon competition consists of a race in which contestants ski through a cross-country trail system whose total distance is divided in either 2 or 40 shooting rounds, half in the prone position, the other half standing. So they have to hit 5 targets.
Prone
after
position
shooting.
in the cold
Oh yeah, it's freezing. And they're not
in a Speedo.
the shooting rounds aren't timed, like they don't have to do that in a certain amount of time.
You do have to hit your targets,
Missed
though.
shots
Yeah.
can add extra distance or time to your total.
And but if you take too long to shoot, it adds to your time.
Yeah.
The etiquette of this game is really strange because if you're about to pass somebody, you actually have to be like, I'm passing you. And then they have to move to the side. And whether it's a really wide trail.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to make a pass now.
I have a rifle on my back. I'm about to pass you. And sometimes people have to move off of the trail to let you pass, even though you're in a race.
You want to make him move even faster? Just go, I got a gun!
I am holding a gun right behind you.
Bullseye.
Was that Christoph Waltz?
Architect of what?
I'm going to follow you with my rifle.
So I believe that sometimes playing sports is useful. And I guess shooting is okay. But when is cross-country skiing and shooting useful in this life?
When the Ice Age comes again?
Oh, actually.
Ice Age Apocalypse?
They just got bumped up to gold. No, this is a bronze for me.
Bronze.
Yeah, because it's cross-country skiing, which is the
Have you gone cross-country
worst.
skiing?
No.
It's fun, actually. It is.
Okay.
I went on a little track and I was doing cross-country skiing, and it was actually kind of fun to do.
I like shooting. Like, shooting's fun.
And shooting's fun, too.
But, like, no.
What do you give it, Joel?
Well, let me just talk a little bit more about it. So the dominating country is
yeah.
Germany here.
Of course.
And according to Encyclopedia
skier
Britannica,
army.
the biathlon, quote, is rooted in the skiing traditions of Scandinavia, where early inhabitants revered the Norse god Ullr as both the ski god and the hunting god.
What?
So this is
I want a video game of that.
this is a Norse gods fighting together kind of a thing,
God of skiing.
but it's a tier 3.
Yeah.
Doing it and
You mean a
and-
bronze? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Bronze. Sorry. Doing it and watching it are 2 totally different things. This is not that exciting to watch. And even the shooting, you kind of just see him laying there and then like a little poof of
And
smoke.
they're good shots?
It's ping.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I got it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I have a soft spot for this one because it is the only event I was able to attend at the 2002 Olympics. And so I...
Because no one else wanted to watch it.
No, but that's the tickets that my poor school in Kearns could get.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I actually think this one's kind of fun. And it's skiing and guns and James Bond and everything. So I give it a silver medal.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Does that mean Zack gets it? Who's the best shot here? I feel like we're all pretty
Pretty
decent.
good. I feel like I
Scout
represented
history.
in shooting last time. I don't recall though.
Oh, is that you just saying you need it?
No, I don't know.
All right. I think we have an Oler of the team. What do you think, Joel? Or do you want this?
I was going to say, Zach looks like an Oler.
Yes.
So
Nice.
He does look like a Norse
He
god.
looks
with
like a
a
Norse
beard.
god. I can see that. Yeah.
I
So-
am the skier of your pain.
So Zach is our champion for biathlon.
I'm hoping I can sit out this Olympics, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this next one is going to be technically all of us, but we'll have a team captain here. And this is the bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh or bobsled?
Bobsled.
Depends if you're in America or in England. In England, they say bobsleigh more. In America, they say bobsled. more.
Bobsled.
Yeah. So a 2 to 4 person team drives a specially designed sled down narrow, twisting, banked ice tracks, with the winning team competing the route with the fastest time. There are 12 medals available here. You got the 4-man, the 2-man, the 2-woman, and the monobob.
It's called the women's monobob.
monobob.
Sounds like a hairstyle.
Okay.
The Germany. Is,
I mean, it does.
Germany is the dominating country here. Just so you guys know,
It's because
not
they're
Jamaica.
German steel.
Not Jamaica as much as everyone. It's weird how this has become like
The sport.
you hear bobsled. People start thinking Jamaica. I don't know if they do anymore. I don't know if kids that didn't see Cool Runnings
I think that
even know
movie
about
has
that.
fallen out of favor, and then anybody else who's actually looked into the real story is like, oh, that's bogus.
Right.
So,
So this is the one where all 4 racers, they can actually push the sled. I think they have like a certain distance, and then they all politely just kind of jump in.
They jump
and
in
that's
and they
where the
pull their handles
politeness
in.
stops, because then you just get head bobbing and pain.
Do you guys know that's where it comes from? The term bobsled comes from the fact that their heads
Oh.
are bobbing around.
well,
That
they
makes
used
so
to,
much
like,
sense.
They would have to bob it forward to
like,
gain
wait,
momentum.
do like a turkey thing right there, Zach?
Gobble, gobble.
So my issues with this sport is that every team seems good. The only difference between teams, I mean, this is the Olympics, but that's different sled colors. They're all getting within like fractions of a second. And I'm never blown away by watching a bobsleigh match.
Are you
ever.
kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding whatsoever. Unless I'm watching the bloopers, and then I love it. And then why 4 people? Do we need that?
Yeah.
Also, can we just have like a sledding tournament with torpedoes? Like that'd be way cooler.
That would be pretty fun.
This is a bronze for me.
what?
Wow.
And actually, just barely. But it's
This is a signature.
it's a high
Olympic
bronze.
thing.
They just missed it by a tenth of a second.
By the way, the first bobsleds were built in, I'm not going to say this right, St. Moritz, Switzerland, in the late 19th century by wealthy tourists. So there's a place called the Palace Hotel, owned by a man named Caspar Badrut. And he wanted to draw people there during the wintertime and become kind of a winter resort. So he started creating all, and you're going to see his name come up a couple times if you look at Olympic history, because he started creating all these things of these people just racing down hills on sleds.
Yeah.
And then it became, he built a track for it. And because, well, they were doing it on the streets and they kept having these crashes into other people. So they finally created a track just for this. And that's where bobsledding came from. Modern tracks, by the way, are made with concrete and then coated with ice.
Pain.
Yeah. And they're required to have at least one straight section and one labyrinth. So David
Yeah.
Bowie stands there on the side.
Oh no, we should give him a scarf, an extra scarf.
A labyrinth, actually 3 turns in quick succession without a straight section. So basically like the movie.
Yeah. And they have these tracks memorized, right? Like they're not like calling out moves. Like they do have to position themselves.
Yeah, they have to
and
do
everything.
turn 1, turn 2. And they do, bobsledders' bodies get put through a lot on this. Bobsledders have reported chronic headaches, heightened sensitivity to bright lights.
I used to test the brakes on Jetstar 2 at Lagoon, so I know exactly how this feels.
I have done this kind of. So I went to the Olympic Park in Park City, Utah, but it was during the summer.
Oh,
And
you did the alpine slide?
I did the bobsled track.
Oh.
And they put them on wheels and have you roll down there. So I can't decide if that
amateurs?
was worse. They just threw us in. Like somebody, a professional was driving, and then like 3 other people jumped in. I probably was 2 inches shorter after this. Like it really, you feel the compression from being in, and you're not in a comfortable position, and you're bouncing around. It was not.
Doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
I'm glad I did it because I can say I did it, but I don't know if being on wheels was better or worse.
Experience.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
And he's got some height to lose every time.
Yeah.
He gets shorter with every track.
I love bobsleigh and bobsledding. I think it's super fun. I like,
Bobsleigh Queen.
No. No.
So I'm giving this a gold medal for sure.
What?
I love it. Gold medal.
Wow.
Well, and I'm coming right in the middle here with a
Yeah.
tier 2, with a silver medal.
Silver medal.
Because I do think this is one of the signature sports and the kind of the one I'll watch a couple rounds of. But I also agree with Kent in the fact that I watched this and I'm like, it looks the same every time.
Yeah.
And it's only like when you watch the clock.
They're
at
also
the end,
precise.
it's like,
I
okay.
love watching the splits.
Yeah, that's
when
fun
they say,
too.
okay, do this section there. They're
Yeah, they're 0.003 right ahead.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. But I don't think I have the stomach for it.
But you're the only one with experience here at the table.
Yeah, but I think Joel has a resolve that I do not.
No. Oh, it actually has to be Joel, because if we are sitting in the front, Joel can't see over our helmets or our beanies. Joel, you're the captain, so we can see over your head. Yeah, Joel, you're the captain. I'm so
Do we
sorry.
get helmets or are we just wearing beanies?
Oh, just beanies, but you can't see over our beanies.
Can we please have helmets over our beanies?
No, not in this one.
Oh, no.
I think you have to wear a helmet over your beanie. I think
We'll just have
required.
like a, something padded in our beanie.
Padded
but Joel,
beanies.
based on your height, you got volunteered.
Great. So I'm the driver of the bobsled?
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay.
Can I do the brakes? I'll do the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
There we go. All right, next up we have ice hockey.
Hockey. That's all you need to know. It's hockey.
It's hockey.
Yeah.
It's hockey, but the rink is 10 feet laterally bigger than an NHL rink.
Yes, because it gives them more room to spread out and causes a less physical game.
Also, no fighting. No fighting. Serious penalties. Yeah, because we go for the fighting, right?
Yeah. By the way, hockey, a game between two teams who wear skates and compete in an ice rink. Each team usually has 6 players. The object is to propel the puck past the goal line and into a net guarded by the goaltender. Dominating country here. You guys got any shots on this one for hockey?
Mother Russia.
Canada?
Canada, 13 gold medals. By the way, the women's tournament first held. They have a women's hockey team. 1998 is when they got pulled into this.
Okay.
So,
This is the actual sport of the Winter Olympics.
This is the most sporty of the sports.
Yeah.
Well,
and
and
by
first-
that we mean like a full
and
expedition game.
the first game was in 1920, which you may remember. First Winter Olympics was 1924.
Right.
So this is actually in the Summer Olympics.
What?
So they had this one during the Summer Olympics. It was
Field
indoors.
hockey, street hockey? What's
They had
going on
ice
here?
hockey, yeah.
Okay.
In the Summer Olympics.
They can make ice in the summer?
It's crazy what technology can do these days. Originally, this was supposed to be for amateurs. Like, this was supposed to be amateurs playing each other. But some countries, Soviet Union, started doing these professional amateurs where they weren't professionals, but they were training all year
I've seen that
long.
montage in Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it wasn't until 1986, I believe, that they started to allow professional athletes to compete.
Okay.
Which makes the 1980 Miracle on Ice even more impressive because it's these amateur players.
Wow.
Who are going up against these professional, what do they call them? Full-time amateur athletes in the Eastern Bloc. But then it caused issues with the NHL because they're like, you're going to take away our players you're going to take away our players in the middle of the season, eh? So they're kind of ticked off about that. But eventually, when they saw the 1992 basketball players, where
The Dream Team, for sure.
let the Dream Team do it, and that brought so much attention to basketball that worldwide awareness of the NBA grew that NHL went, okay, we will get more exposure.
Oh, cool.
And he actually went, cool, can we move it to the summer? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay, fine, we'll do Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
The NHL is now doing there.
So it really just comes down to if we like watching hockey.
But who wants to watch hockey at the Olympics? Like, I'll watch.
It's actually the only time I watch hockey.
I just think a regular hockey match is going to be more excited than an Olympic hockey match. So I'm giving this a bronze medal.
Well, there's more on the line in an Olympic hockey match, though, except for fighting.
There's not fighting.
Yeah. The
Like,
knowing.
give me Mutant League hockey.
Yeah, for sure. So you give it a bronze? Mm-hmm. Do you give hockey a bronze altogether?
What? Save it for our sports steering show.
Or is it, yeah, right. Or is it because this is the maybe longest event, maybe next to cross country skiing? So it's not as palatable.
If you're not there, watching it on TV just doesn't seem as exciting. I apologize to Nicole Hale,
Sure.
who's going to be a little bugged at me for saying this, but yeah, I give it a bronze medal.
All right, Zach?
Do you believe in miracles? Because this game,
Is sex a thing?
this
And I
game,
hope you do.
no, it's so
You
good.
and
It's hockey.
McDonald's.
It's still hockey.
It is still hockey, but
Like-
you can watch hockey any time you want. It's not like only at the Olympics.
No, I love the nationalism of following.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
Zach said he loves nationalism.
I'm a little worried about our democracy
It's
here
not
at
the right word.
Baconsalia.
Yeah, it's fun following a country instead of a team.
You're
Right,
saying
in the
you
NHL.
just love it when the U.S. beats a team that we've been hating forever.
Full disclosure, I follow Canada
Of course you do.
at the Olympics.
Shocker.
Of course.
So it goes well for me.
You notice how you didn't get defensive when we said, of course you do, but Kent over there, I say snowbird. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Snowboarding's awesome.
I recognize my faults in liking Canada.
Hey, we have 37 Canadian listeners, okay?
Hey, love you guys.
Whoa, we have more than one listener?
Oh, it's one.
Wow. Yeah, it's a gold medal for me. It's hockey.
Okay.
Okay, right. I'm gonna split. It's a silver.
All right.
Like it's fine, and it's a sport, which is cool. They're super athletes. Yes,
But
Zach?
who leads us in this sport? I'm a terrible skater. Full disclosure.
Oh, who's going to be our champion?
Yeah,
Well, Zach, I think you just gave it a gold medal, and I think that.
I'm a terrible skater.
But you worship Canada. You told us that.
I have dainty ankles.
You said that you love Canada.
I do.
I'm a decent skater. I'm not.
I'm a
I'm not
terrible
a.
skater.
I'm not a trick skater.
Has Kent got an event
No.
yet? Give Kent hockey.
Are you a good skater?
I get hockey. I'm not a good trick skater. I can't skate backwards, but
You can be a goaltender.
I did play street hockey a ton when I was young.
yeah.
With my
With rollerblades.
I had a macro blades. I
Yeah.
had Variflex at one point as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Kent is definitely our champion for this.
Game on. Game on.
He could be Goldberg the goalie over there.
Okay, I will represent.
Kent's in the hockey team.
All right, let's get some other fun ones out of the way here. How about cross country skiing?
Why did you sound so sarcastic when you saw that? Said that.
Cross country skiing.
This is actually the only event I saw at the 2002 Winter Olympics. I went over Soldier Hollow and watched to do some cross country skiing.
What was it like live?
I had a girlfriend there at the time, so it was fine.
Okay,
But like you only
yeah.
see one section of
Yeah.
a long race.
Yeah, well, it's like you could kind of see like the bends and turns of one section. It wasn't like the one little thing. Cross country skiing athletes compete in long distance races in the snow wearing skis and using ski poles to propel them across the mostly flat terrain. This came out original Olympics 1924, original Winter Olympics, dominated by Norway with 47 gold medals, and there's two different types. If this is interesting to you enough.
I love you're even struggling to explain it.
There's two techniques. There's classic, and then there's skating. Classic is when they're just in a track, and they mostly use their arms and kind of wiggle their legs
So dull.
to go forward. Whereas skating, they actually move their legs
freestyle, or as they call it, yeah.
freestyle to side to side
Wiggle
to
their
side.
legs.
So I've been cross skiing country before. I actually do think it's fun and exhausting. It's a good workout.
This is one of those. I watch a few of these rounds, and you can hear a crowd cheering, but you're not sure if they're watching another event because it just kind of sounds like cheering sound effects that like pop up and then go down.
Yay!
Yeah, basically. And my favorite part of this is when they have the massive relay, the team relay, and they kind of have to pass the baton essentially. And you see the skier standing on the track ready to go, and the other one's kind of slowly gliding toward them. It just looks like really disorganized, like kids are waiting for their parents to pick them up from school. Like it just in a big casserole.
Well, and in when they do the off-season training,
Yeah.
they do it on roller skis on dry land.
Oh, that
They do
makes sense.
And I'm like, that sounds like that might be more entertaining.
Yeah,
Are we all giving this a bronze then?
This is terrible. I
Yeah.
have nothing to say. This is a bronze.
it's horrible. Bronze.
Okay. Bronze. But who's going to be our champion?
I don't know. So I think we were worried about injury before with Joel for skiing, for Alpine. I'm not worried about that here.
No, not at all.
No.
Why are you guys acting like I'm not here?
He may get carpal tunnel syndrome slowly skiing.
I think Joel has the grit and determination required for a long event like that. I lack the attention span.
I think we need to have his wife there because he only enjoyed it because he had a girlfriend there at the time.
I was watching it.
Yeah.
But no, when I went cross country skiing, it was funny because there was like you go around this track in a circle, and there was like a slight incline at one part.
Oh, no.
And when I started going fast, I'd get freaked out a little bit because I'm not a good skier.
Okay.
So wait, did you guys put me on the Alpine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna die on that. But this one I will gladly.
No,
do
I think it's
because
Zack's on Alpine, I think.
Oh, okay. This is mostly
I'm on Alpine.
This is
Yeah.
mostly flat terrain. I should be able to handle
This is
it.
the one that is least likely to kill you.
Yeah, one of the few that won't kill you. in the
Unless
Winter
like a stray
Olympics.
bullet from the biathlon happens.
Okay. Yeah. Joel, you are a champion.
Okay, I'll take it.
Now, how about short track speed skating?
Now, unlike speed skating, short track speed skating, believe it or not, has a shorter track.
What?
It's the one we like.
Yeah.
Can we just say that?
This is the one where, okay, so this is, I think it's like a third of the track from
Yeah.
before. And there's a group of like 4 to 8 contestants that are starting out all at the same time. And they all get in that same rhythm where
Yeah.
you see them swooshing back and forth and back and forth. This debut, it's fairly new, 1988.
Oh, wow.
And the dominating country is South Korea with 24
Really?
gold medals.
Okay.
I think it's so odd. Our categories come from like the Olympic website and everything. They split this off into a different category from speed skating.
Yeah.
Like where you get Alpine, where it's like 5 different things happening. This is just people going around a track again, but shorter and more people. And they're like, yeah, different event.
Yeah. I love how they're also trained and in sync as well, because there's parts of the track where they put their arms behind them like they're ducks, which I kind of love.
Yeah.
And then and they're gaining speed doing that. There's also times, where they're on the track so fast that they're almost sideways. Like they're just defying gravity as they're
Michael
going.
Jacksoning.
Yeah, basically.
Smooth criminaling, as we should call it.
And this I would call more sprint-based than the...
Well, it's a shorter track.
Yeah. And
The starts are crazy.
it's not like insanely dramatic unless people fall.
I feel bad.
Because if someone has first, they generally keep it because it's such a short track, unless there's someone that just
Imagine
surprises everyone.
falling. Like, it's one thing to fall and
Oh, you
in
hit the
any
wall
race.
immediately.
But in this, you have two options: the wall, or literally razor blades are coming after you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you do have to be careful because there are some rules that will get you ejected or disqualified, such as impeding. You are not allowed to intentionally push, block, trip, or otherwise cause impediment for another skater. You are also not allowed to go out of bounds, obviously, but you can also not assist another skater. I mean, you can't push one of your guys from behind to help him get a little boost, like right at the end. Mm-hmm. That is also banned.
That makes sense.
You cannot shoot. It's called shooting the line or kick out. It's when you drive you put your foot ahead of you to, trying to get a little, reach the finish line faster. If you do that, there's a possibility you might slash someone else's brachial artery. And so they say no.
Has that happened?
I'm assuming
I did not
they probably
see
had
those
to create a
bloopers.
rule.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, they also give you for unsportsmanlike conduct or equipment, if you're not wearing the right equipment, or a false start. Like, these are all things that will get you disqualified. But you're not allowed to curse at your competitor, kick your feet, or strike other people.
Oh, I'm out.
You're speaking different languages. You can curse all you want.
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. I think this one
I said field hockey.
This one is so bite-sized that I enjoy watching it.
It's definitely digestible.
It's not thrilling, but it's digestible. And so it gets a silver from me.
Okay. I also give it a silver. I think this is much better than like the regular speed skating or long track speed skating, but I don't like it's a silver.
Yeah.
If you guys, I was going to say, I would have put both of these as gold medals, both of the speed skating, because I just, something about that rhythm and how seamless it looks and smooth it looks.
Helps you fall asleep.
I love watching it. Yeah, South Korea is the dominating country. Also, the majority of medals that South Korea has won have been short track speed skating.
Okay.
And China as well. Most of their medals are from this sport. So apparently if you want a medal, this is the one to medal in.
Huh.
But I give this one definitely a gold medal. I enjoy these ones so much.
Yep. Now, as far as a Baconsalia representative, is height a disadvantage here?
I don't know.
Because we've got a guy who's a pretty fair skater who I think can be a little ferocious and has a very long skating stride.
Wait. Are you saying if Joel's there, he's like with the coach and he goes, Kent, snowboarders are the worst.
I'm going to go around that track so fast.
Oh, you won't even know, guys.
That's
triggered.
It's like Mario Kart. It's like 3, 2, hit X, brr.
Yep, rev up.
Then I get that.
Just be like, hey, Kent, come drink this Mountain Dew.
I'll just say this. Whenever I go ice skating, like I'm kind of not really confident at first, but then when I get my groove, then I become like the weirdo who just tries to go really fast around the track.
Mm-hmm. In a circle.
And I'm way too tall. I'm 6'2" without skates on. Yeah, but in a
6'3".
circle. Yeah, 6'2". Anyways, I would accept this nomination, though. I think this would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just don't.
I throw elbows though.
Don't get your scarf caught on your hand as you're going down and like leaning over sideways.
Does he get a glove?
Yeah, do I get mittens for
He
this
has
one?
to get a glove.
I don't think you get them unless they
Because when I
officially
fall
give 'em
down
for
to
the
real
sport.
ice skating, I like to fall on my mittens.
But your bare thighs are okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Kent could be our short track speed skating.
Wait, who is our long track speed skating? Is that you,
was
Joel?
me. I think it was me.
Joel.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we'll
thank
take
you for
turns.
taking that one because it's more endurance. So yeah.
All right. Next up is freestyle skiing.
Freestyle skiing is a skiing discipline comprising of aerials, moguls, cross, halfpipe, slopestyle, and big air as part of the Winter Olympics.
So basically, this is like, what if skiers snowboarded?
Yeah, it's like, hey, that seems cool, guys. Can we do that, but on two things?
Well, and this is really new. Like, I mean, not new, but like the 90s is when this came to be a thing.
Yeah.
So did I.
Canada is the lead dominating country here with 12 gold medals. And this form of skiing was known as hot dogging in the early 1970s.
Excuse me?
Also
Hot
known
dog.
as free skiing or jibbing.
I hate all of that. I hate those definitions. I do find this one a lot of fun to watch because let's kind of explain the courses. Like moguls, I think it's cool because, we've talked about moguls before.
They're
and
bumps in the big old bumps in the ground.
But you have to make 2 jumps on this track.
Yeah.
And it is really cool to see skiers have such composure.
Well, and their
as
knees,
they're bouncing.
it's like they look like river dancers because their knees are doing these crazy stuff and the top of their body is just solid.
And then all of a sudden they have to do this really cool trick. And so they're scored on this, like the success of the trick. And then their time. Aerials are cool. The big air terrifies me.
Yeah.
It's the one single jump with like the biggest tricks. And you can do it 3 times, and if you have
like
a good success,
extreme.
Yeah, it's too extreme.
It's
and
the X Games.
I always find skiers on half pipes awkward.
It is. It is awkward
Because you're a snowboarder.
Yeah, because we invented half pipes.
when they're going, like,
You invented half pipes.
Yeah, we did.
I think the skateboarders did that.
they're going downhill and like flipping up and like grinding on rails and skiing backwards and all this stuff. I'm just like, this feels unnatural somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's slope style, by the way, when they have all the obstacles like
Is that
rails
what
and
that
jumps
is?
and terrain parks.
Ski cross is cool. I really enjoy ski cross.
Ski cross is great.
And ski cross is like alpine skiing, but there's more than one skier racing down the course at the same
Which
time.
means people may get hurt.
That's why you like it.
Honestly.
But any intentional contact with another competitor is
but accidents
disqualification.
Did you use evil laugh?
Okay, so I'm going to give this one actually a gold medal because I think this is one that it's much like the other one, like the alpine skiing, where I watched the Olympics for this kind of thing.
Yep.
When I'm watching the guys go down, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Half pipe, not as cool, I don't think.
I don't really like skiers on rails either. I don't think it's very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like they're just pretending to be
But
snowboarders.
like the moguls and the aerials and the ski cross and the big air,
Yeah.
that's all good stuff. So yeah,
This is gold medal. This is one of the most fun multi-events to watch.
A bronze. It ended up.
you couldn't even go silver?
It ended up as a bronze.
With what we just sold you.
I just think it's a little awkward. I would rather watch snowboarding.
Wouldn't anyone?
Yeah, than this.
I wonder what he's gives snowboarding. It's a mystery to me.
I gave this a gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not my thing. I don't really care for it. I would much rather watch the alpine skiing.
Okay. Who was our alpine? You were our alpine skier, right, Zach?
Yeah. Do we need to give this one to Kent because it's actually a snowboarding event?
But I'm not confident on skis. I've never gone.
Can you imagine Kent's knees on that?
It's like
on the
snowboarding.
moguls?
It's
Kick himself in the chin.
Honestly, I'd be doing a 360 on every mogul because I wouldn't be able to maintain composure.
That's good though.
Joel, I think you would be good on this because you wouldn't get disqualified. I think you're a very polite skier with the one time that you've
But
gone.
clumsy. I could accidentally hit into someone. I don't want to put Kent out there just because he's going to intentionally hurt people. You can tell by the evil laugh he made.
So do I have to do the tricks?
That's what I'm wondering. Zach, do you want to take on both freestyling and alpine
His heart's
skiing?
not in
I'm
it,
gonna break my
clearly.
collarbone. No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. It's just a collarbone.
It'll keep composure.
Collarbone is the most commonly broken bone in the human body.
Yeah, there we go.
Probably.
It is.
Is it really?
Yes. Femur's least.
You guys are giving it gold, but I'm going to
How do
represent.
you have this bone knowledge?
I'm Joel.
Joel research. Yeah, so Zach,
Sure,
we're turning to you.
All right, Zach,
I'll take it.
You're a downhiller.
Oh, nice. Joel, what is Nordic combined?
It's when Nordics get together.
Explains so much.
It's a winter sport in which athletes compete in cross-country skiing and ski jumping.
Yes.
So remember how biathlon was cross-country skiing and shooting? This is where they do cross-country skiing, and there's an exciting thing when they do ski jumping.
So there is a
Guns aren't exciting.
Not as well. The shooting's
guns
not
on this
exciting
one
as
would be
jumping.
cool. Like if it was like target
If there were
practice
ski shooting
in the air
firing.
or jumping.
If someone tried to shoot them. So this is a.
I love
What kind
it.
of sadistic Olympics are you running
Listen,
over there?
this is
But
my
like with
theme
Nerf.
today. So there's a 90-meter jump and a 120-meter jump, and this one's really interesting.
Normal hill and large hill.
Right,
that's what they call
exactly.
it, yeah.
It's like Vente and Grande, essentially. And when you get the high score on this one, that's not the end of it because there are events dedicated to just the jumps. When you get that, you may get a 1-minute head start on the cross-country track.
Well, until the 1950s, the cross-country race was the first one, and then they did the ski jumping. But they were like, you can't make up the what they say. This was reversed to the difference in the cross-country race tended to be too big to overcome in the ski jumping, so they had to flip it. And this one is the only Winter Olympic sport only contested by men. There's not a women's event for Nordic combined.
Well, that's just not okay.
Canceled.
Norway's the dominating country here with 13 gold medals.
They couldn't find enough women to do the boring event.
Yeah, this is like the made-up event. They're like, we have a long jump and a cross-country.
Which is weird because
los dos.
it's like combining things that didn't need to be combined.
Right.
It's strange.
But cross-country skiing and shooting needed to be
Well,
combined.
they had to put shooting in there somewhere.
Zach is representing us.
All right.
You need to pride.
Shooting. What were you going to do it on speed skates?
That would be cool.
Winter shooting. Why? Unless you're hunting.
Because you're hunting.
What?
It's like that.
Unless you're hunting these long jumpers.
It's like that Liam Neeson movie. With the
Which
wolves.
one, Zach?
Where he's in the snow.
Oh, the gray.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the gray.
Or cold pursuit.
Bronze medal for me.
What?
Yeah, bronze medal.
No. It's terrible. Bronze.
You're so shocked.
But who is going to be our champion for Nordic combined? Who's going to be doing cross-country skiing and then jumping?
You're a cross-country skier. It's yours, Joel. I don't want it.
Fine. I will do the endurance ones, but this one also has the element of danger.
Yeah. You could die.
I'll do it.
yeah.
I'll die for Baconsalia.
Forewarning. Joel is now representing in 4 events. He only has
I only have one
more
left?
Kent is only representing in 2, and I'm representing in 3.
Okay.
So you have one more left.
one more
Oh, no.
Look
I know
at
what's
your
coming.
list, buddy.
You're actually pretty lucky considering what's coming up.
What's coming up?
Well, let's go with, I don't know, something super, super dangerous in skeleton.
Wait,
The mere name of skeleton.
what do you guys think about when you think of skeletons?
Death.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's
No,
great.
when I first saw the skeleton, which is, if you don't know, a competitor rides headfirst and prone, lying face down on a flat sled.
So good.
Headfirst, face down on a bobsled
Whenever
track.
I did this on my black torpedo, it always went really poorly.
What?
My sled.
You mean?
I'm sorry. I was like name dropping the brand over here. My black torpedo sled, which are very quick, by the way, it always ended poorly. But if I have a beanie, like a padded beanie, I'd be okay.
Yeah, you'd be fine. United States dominates here with 3 gold medals, but this is a sport where it was around in 1928, and then 2 decades later, in 1948, and then 2002 to present. So it really didn't pick up until this last decade or so.
Yeah. So this riders have been known to go up to 81 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And this is, like you said, head first. They do have the kind of like bobsledders. So you do get the running start, and you have to properly jump onto the sled as you're running, as it's sliding.
You know what it reminds me of every time? The worm.
Yeah.
It looks like they do the worm onto the sled.
Because their whole body just kind of...
Yeah.
Wait. Should we do the sound effects a little more?
They say they call it the skeleton because the first metal sleds introduced in 1892 were said to resemble a human skeleton. But I just think it's because it's all about death.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered, I always associated it with just being like the bare bones amount of sled that was possible.
Yeah.
Because it's just barely anything there.
Well, but here's the funny thing, too, is like it's just you and the sled. And it looks like they're flying down that hill.
Yeah.
But this is actually one of the slower ones on the luge because you're not as aerodynamic, apparently, going that way head first as you would be feet
That makes
first.
sense. It's really sad when they do false starts because you're going down the hill. And you can stop during the track at times, but it's like, okay, walk back up. And I don't love these track ones because the audience isn't really there. They're there at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then there's just a couple employees that are around the track, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So it's not as fun to watch because there's not as much applause.
When I say slow, by the way, we're talking still 80 miles
80
an
miles
hour.
per hour.
It's real slow.
This is actually one where amateurs are able to take to this pretty quickly. It's accessible to amateurs, so it became like this popular sport where you could bring in these people.
I don't know why. It does feel like something that I could do.
Well, but the sport is also the skeleton officials. They're the ones who are saying this is supposed to, quote, train young aspiring athletes for their future career in bobsled.
So this is like junior bobsled.
Which seems like this should be like the pros. You're facing death literally.
Yeah.
Because your face is towards it.
It feels somehow like it wouldn't be that bad.
Even in a Speedo and a scarf and a beanie?
So on some of the bloopers I saw...
Imagine dragging your bare feet
your
across
scarf
ice.
gets caught in the front of the skeleton sled. You go flipping off.
Sometimes people will throw stuff onto the track. And I saw that a worker left his push broom on the track. And they were like, it wasn't good. Not death. It wasn't a skeleton, but it wasn't pleasant.
By the way, Great Britain is the only nation to have won a medal at every time the skeleton has been featured at the Olympics.
Wow.
Okay.
So go Great Britain.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a gold medal event for me. I love it.
The fear of death gets too great for me when I watch this. This is a silver medal.
Yeah, I agree. It's silver because the anxiety's there.
Totally there. Mm-hmm. This scares me.
Yep.
But who's doing it?
Zach, I feel like it's between you and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if height is going to help us or hurt us. I do feel like you have more hair on your head.
Wait, can I have a question?
Yeah.
When you guys sleep at night, how do you sleep? Are you side sleepers, front
Side
sleepers,
sleeper.
back sleepers?
Side sleeper, sometimes.
I'm
sometimes
a stomach sleeper.
Stomach.
Kent is our skeleton.
I don't want to do it though.
You can just fall asleep.
I will be put to sleep.
The fact that they are able to steer these with like their
because their arms are behind them.
Yeah, their arms are behind them. They're basic. There's nothing to hold on to. They're just kind of using their body and leaning.
Do you imagine how vulnerable I'll feel in Baconsalia's uniform while doing this event?
Yep.
Or anything we're doing here.
Oh, not as bad as the next one.
Okay, go on.
Which is luge.
Luge. Which
Imagine this in a Speedo.
which is kind of the
especially
same.
if it's two-man luge. I hate two-man luge.
So
I hate it so much.
So you're lying flat on a sled supine, which is face up and feet first.
Yeah.
And there is a two-person
double
sled
luge, you're just laying on another dude.
Wait, so,
flying down the track of death.
so if whoever we pick, whoever the captain is, are they top or bottom?
No, it's just that we're doing the one person. We're not doing two people sleds.
I mean, it's so funny though.
That would be Kent as the base layer, and I'm the human blanket.
Base layer. I want to be Little Spoon.
This debuted in 1964.
That's what they should call them, right?
And Germany is the dominating country here. But this, you steer these with your calf muscles.
What?
Oh.
You use your calf muscles to flex the sled's runners, or like using your shoulders. So it's calves. Who's got good calves?
I feel like Joel would have good calves.
Not going to give you the luge. These guys go 87 miles an hour.
Look, we'll talk about it. Let's first tier it. And then we'll sacrifice someone to the luge. The two-man luge.
It's the same thing for me. I gave this one a bronze, or excuse me, keep doing that, silver medal.
Yeah.
As well, like Skeleton and this one are both the same, where I watch them and I'm like, it's kind of cool to see these guys fly down the track and steer, but at the same time, there's not much discernible difference to people going down the track.
I do love the relay version of this because they actually have to jump off or hurry and like push and hit a button so the next person can start, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But this one is the one that has the most accidents out of skeleton and bobsled. The luge, most people fall off.
And those all came, by the way, from that hotel, the rich people in Switzerland.
All the accidents?
All the luge
the
and skeleton
hotel?
and the bobsled, that's all that area. Yeah.
But yeah, this one is probably the most painful. And just because I took this skeleton, I do want to give this one to Zack. I feel like it's his turn. I'm not sure if I want him to be my human blanket.
Okay.
But I'll allow it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
This one makes me deeply uncomfortable.
They're very particular about this one too. This is one where the most precisely timed, one of the most precisely timed sports, when they're down to 1,000th of a second.
Wow.
And also this is one where they measure the temperature of the steel blades before they go on the track. They have to be around, or not more than 9 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
because
okay.
apparently you can manipulate the track if you get like hotter or colder blades. I don't even know which one's an advantage.
Corking your
at this point.
sled. Okay.
I did want to say this, but we've already picked our champion. Is it too late? Physically, a luger must have a strong neck, upper body, abdominal, and thigh muscles.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Wait, are you saying that you win because
Since lugers have very little protection other than a visor and a helmet, they must be able to endure the physical pounding administered by the track when mistakes are made. And also,
do you want this to be your final event? Because I think Zack would give it to you.
You can choose your final event, Joel.
what do we got left?
Ski jumping, curling, snowboarding, and figure skating.
Ooh, I do want snowboarding. I don't think I want the luge. I think Zach's got to take it.
Okay.
Kent, what did you give this?
Oh, this is a tier 2, but it's a high tier 2.
Silver.
Oh,
Silver
this
medal.
is a high.
This is a high silver.
High silver.
High ho
Hey!
silver.
I will take this one only because I think it's very funny. Real quick question though: who drives in the double?
Oh, it's the top.
Is it the Little Spoon?
No, it's Little Spoon.
Little Spoon
It's the top.
drives? Spoon drives?
Yeah. The human blanket is what they call it. It's a technical term.
Sounds good.
I'm a loser, baby.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't
Just
you?
barely. I thought of it.
All right, next up is ski jumping.
It's jumping with skis. I know this is one where that you've seen this one. This is a very iconic thing from the Winter Olympics when they go down the real steep ramp and they fly up and then they just glide forever. They look like they're flying. And you try to cover as much horizontal distance in the air as possible. This debuted in the original Winter Olympics in 1924. The dominating country, Norway.
I like watching this one because they have puffy snow clothes. Like it seems like their entire pantsuit is puffy, and I don't know if that's maybe if they fall, it would hurt worse because it's so far.
It's kind of scary though, because when you say they fall, because they fly a long
fly.
ways. They do make the track so it's like parallel with the jumper at the end, which is why they don't crash.
And I love watching this because they basically lay down. They're basically doing the skeleton with their skis standing straight out.
Yeah, like bend in half.
It's so cool.
There are different styles, by the way. There is the Konsberger technique, where you actually stick your arms out straight like a superhero, like Superman.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's the classic, where you keep the skis parallel to one another. There's the H style, when you spread your legs out really wide. And
Why would you?
These are different styles people use. But the one that's most commonly used now is the V style, when you put your skis kind of in a V shape as you're flying and bend towards them.
Okay.
And that apparently revolutionized the way that they did skiing when they started doing that, the V style. It says they're able to exceed the distance of the takeoff hill by about 10% compared to the previous techniques. So if you're going to do ski jumping, gentlemen, do a V style.
Okay. I mean, I
Got it.
would not ever know what to do once I was in the air.
It just sticks his legs apart. Superman.
Yeah, my skis would fall behind me. I'm afraid of heights. It's my third greatest fear. And yeah, this
After
this
sharks
scares
and
me.
ketchup on eggs.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you.
But here's the
pay
other thing.
attention.
You're not even supposed to like it's a whole thing where you have to worry about what you're doing in the air. But then when you land, you have to do it the telemark landing style, which is like 1 foot in front of the other and the knees slightly bent. If you don't land right, you're docked points.
Is that the easiest way to land, or is that the most technical?
It's
like
I don't know. They just said that it's like a traditional thing you have to do. It's like that's how you have to land. The longest ski jump, by the way, was by a man named Stefan Kraft, and it was 832 feet.
I don't know what that means, though, in relation to anything else.
A football field is 300 feet, so think of it like
Sure.
2.5 football fields.
Sports.
Yeah.
It's math.
Yeah, it's actually how I do yards and feet. I do it in football fields. But here's the sad
That's
thing.
such an American thing.
Oh, I had this stat too, by the way. 830 feet is about 2/3 as tall as the Empire State Building. If you put the Empire State Building on
What?
its side,
Okay.
that's the longest landed. There was a Russian who went 833 feet, which is 1 foot more,
And he
But he
died?
fell on
Did
his
he die?
landing. He didn't die, but they didn't count it.
Yeah.
So the poor guy
Did Russia kill him, though, after for not landing it?
probably.
I think this one is very samey. It is fun to watch, but it seems like everyone's really good. And it's only that green line at the end, the green digital line on the landing that tells me if they did better than someone else. I'll watch it because it's so quick. It's really bite-sized. It's a silver for me.
See, and I think whenever you see the Winter Olympics highlight reel when they're saying like the Winter Olympics coming this summer, I don't know why they'd say that.
This summer,
But, yes,
rated
Coming
R.
this summer to a winter near you.
But you're gonna see a ski jumper because it is
Yeah.
one of the iconic ones. And every time I do it, I think those guys are flying. I'm giving this a gold medal.
Was this the Eddie the Eagle movie? Was it about
Yes.
the ski jumping?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman.
This is one of the things I wish I had the bravery to do. When I watch this and I'm like, oh man, I'd love to, like, because they have those ski jumps. You can go try them out now. They have like plastic grass that you can go on. But it's so scary. This one terrifies me.
I'm getting a silver. Giving this a silver as well.
You're getting a silver or giving a silver?
Giving a silver.
Because I'd like to propose Zack takes this one.
Oh.
I
This would
felt
be
like you wanted
our
it.
little
This would
fly
be
boy.
my final event.
I'm worried about your landing, honestly.
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
Imagine Zach's hair blowing in the wind as he's flying through the air.
Oh, did his beanie come off?
His beanie comes off, and you see his glorious
Oh,
hair.
and the scarf is flying behind him.
The flapping scarf.
I look majestic.
You do.
I feel like the sun would be in his eyes. And he could have snot on the side of his face.
Like frozen off on the side of the beard.
Yeah.
But he'd be smiling still because it'd be
Oh
painful.
no, because I have a beard, so it would be like this.
Oh,
this snow
imagine the
bits.
wind. It's that feels horrible.
I would cut glass. Let's just say that.
And then he would land beautifully in the what is that? The telemark style, and then he'd crash down on the ground. His mom would be like, "Hold on, don't get up," and come take pictures of him before he stood up.
Zach, thank you.
Yeah,
But I think Zach,
I'm
are you willing to accept that? Be the representative of Baconsalia?
reckless abandon. I'm in. Let's do this thing. And with that, I have all of my events.
Okay.
All right.
Next up, we have curling.
Okay, now curling is one of the events that gets mocked relentlessly, but if you don't know what it is, two teams, each with 4 players, take turns sliding heavy, polished granite rocks, also called stones, across the ice curling sheet towards the house, a circular target marked on the ice.
Yeah, shuffleboard on ice.
Shuffleboard on ice. And this has been around, though,
Say it
since
more fun than that.
24. So, well, okay. It was around 1924, but it didn't become regular until 1998.
Do you feel like in the past 10, 15 years, this has become a cult classic? Like,
A little bit.
Ironically and unironically cool?
Oh yeah.
Because this is like the match I was watching. Every guy, you could tell they were a dad because they had a pot belly and they had a mustache. Like every country. And they, their kids are cheering for him, like, go, Dad! And I feel like you don't really have to be an athlete.
This is somehow
to be in curling.
the most approachable
It's
sport.
like bowling for Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although some people call it shuffleboard, some people call it chess on ice.
Okay.
Because you have to get the ideal path of your stone over to the house. And you have to. They also have the sweepers that go in front and like sweep the path.
By the way, once again, dads
Lots of
wearing New
screaming.
Balance.
Yeah.
Like legit. I do appreciate like how fast they're moving side to side and they're sweeping. But I'm like, are you doing anything? Are you
No,
actually
but they
doing
do
anything?
because like if they want it to slow down, they don't sweep
Yeah.
as much, so it slows down, a little more grit on there.
Who came up with this sport?
Well, I can tell you that because evidence has shown that early 16th century Scottish people they found a curling stone, and the date was on it was 1511, and because they found it at the bottom of a pond when it was frozen. They were playing, but they found this
Sounds
old
like a fairy
curling stone.
tale.
Yeah,
Lady of the Lake.
the person who
Here's
found
the
it
curling
became the
stone.
king of Scotland. But they have these old paintings of people doing curling. Like this is apparently, and it wasn't always the nice, rounded, beautiful
Sure.
stones with a
Yeah.
handle. Like sometimes they just take a rock and it's basically shuffleboard. But this has been around a really long time. Canada, by the way, is the dominating team here.
You know who the real dominating team is? Norway, because they always have the flashiest and fanciest pants at every one of these events. Do yourself a favor, Google Norway curling pants, and it is
Family friendly?
so fun.
This does seem like the one that you can add a lot of flair to.
Oh, yeah.
Other than maybe figure skating.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
sure. But it's expected there. It's not expected
Right.
here. This is a dad sport.
This is also one where good sportsmanship is encouraged and enforced. You have to
Wow.
congratulate your opponents for making a good shot or good form, strong sweeping, whatever. You have to applaud the other opponents, and you cannot cheer for yourself. You can
But you
give them
can't?
no. Well, not really. You're supposed to. You should not.
Some grumpy mom made these rules. It's
says
Timmy.
this.
Tell him good job.
It says it's in the rules. One should not celebrate one's own good shots during the game beyond modest acknowledgement of the shot, such as a head nod, fist bump, or a thumbs up gesture.
That is such a dad thing.
That's no.
Like a head nod?
They have to say to each other
Nice
before
lawn.
the game, "Good curling" or "Have a pleasant game." Have a pleasant game to the other team.
Hey, GG.
Yeah.
Of a pleasant GG.
And it is traditional for the winning team to buy the losing team a drink after the game.
And probably before, because, let's be honest.
That's what this game's about.
Yeah, this is the gold. This one is so fun because I like seeing like teams get really excited because they get right in the target.
You said that ski jumping was repetitive, and you're saying that rock sledding costs ice isn't?
Yeah, it's. I love the cult classic.
What do you give
element
this,
of this?
Joel?
It's a bronze.
no.
Zach?
It's a bronze. It was a gold in Help with the Beatles when they were doing it, and then one of them had a bomb on it. It was a gold on Her Majesty's Secret Service when they do curling scenes. It is not a gold in
is a
real
gold.
life. It is a bronze.
because it's a made up sport. It's so fun.
This is so good.
It's
so fun.
shuffleboard. How many shuffleboard games have you guys watched?
None
I
because they're
played a
not
few.
on ice.
What?
I've played a few.
I said watched.
and I sweep.
Yeah. Do you? I've been to your apartment.
I have a Roomba.
This is my number one. This is my top.
Why?
event.
Why is it your number one?
It is the thing I watch the
Oh,
most.
I feel like we stole Zach's pick. For
No,
this
is
one.
not-
I
nuts.
love curling. It is amazing.
I'm so sorry that you can't be on any more
It's okay.
competitions.
I get to watch now. It's great.
Well, you're on my team or Joel's team.
Yeah, you can yell at me to
Actually,
do the broom.
I will take this one. I would like to be
Okay.
the curling captain.
Okay.
I'll grow a mustache. We all need to actually have mustaches. Zach, you need to shave your beard.
That's fine.
We will not work out at all beforehand, but
Deal.
we will tuck in our collared shirts.
That's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
We're going to wear capris.
Flashy. Flashy.
This is going to be fun.
No, we have to wear the uniform, obviously. But yes, this will be so fun.
And honestly,
Pre-speedos, is that a thing?
you can do
Cargo
this.
short Speedos because we're dads.
They have pockets.
Well, we're not going to keep anything in the pockets because who does?
Yeah.
But like maybe you could. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
You could keep something in there.
Just in case.
This is approachable in that like we could literally go curling like right now.
Or skeleton. That's an amateur sport too.
No.
It's true.
It's true. Let's just do it.
We don't want to
It's fun.
like call your wife and be like, Joel died. Well, we did the skeleton today.
I could die during curling, okay? Fall right through the ice.
All right, now we're moving to snowboarding.
Well. What have we here?
Snowboarding, huh?
Ooh, I'm
So,
pretty scared.
I'll go with this one. Introduced in 1998 in Nagano. I know this because this was my era. I was like, finally.
And your country. You were living in
Yeah,
Nagano, right?
exactly. I'm like, we're being seen. This was the time when I would collect snowboard magazines. I would watch these movies all the time. We would climb up the mountain here and like take our really heavy snowboards. And I was like, yeah, finally we have legitimacy. And I think the first person that won the gold medal, I think they got arrested for some sort of drug abuse, which made sense. It really did.
Did it, kid? Oh, I'm so offended right now because I have a chip in my shoulder because you said it makes sense about snowboarders.
I mean, it does. Does it not? Anyway, so there is the half pipe, the parallel giant slalom, the snowboard cross, slopestyle, and big air.
United States dominates this, by the way, 14 gold medals. Kent, you said you're a snowboarder?
Yeah.
You know anything or two about snowboards?
Sure.
Have you heard of Sims? Is that a thing you know? Do you know the story of Sims?
I did.
Tom Sims created one of the first snowboards in his seventh grade shop class, 7th or 8th grade, depending who you talk to, by gluing a piece of carpet on top of a piece of wood and attaching aluminum sheeting to the bottom.
Brilliant.
When was that?
Basically an Alexander Graham Bell sort of move. Nikola Tesla.
Also, Zach, I'll tell you this much. Sims was the primary snowboarding stunt double for Roger Moore in the 1985 James Bond film A View to a Kill.
I was going to say, because James Bond brought it to the forefront.
And he was the stunt double for him.
No,
that helped popularize the snowboard in 1985. By the way, I should jump back a little bit. In 1965, a guy named Sherman Poppin invented a toy for his daughters by fastening 2 skis together and attaching a rope to it so he'd control her. He called it the Snurfer, like surfing and snow surfing.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the precursor to Sims creating his, and also Jake Burton Carpenter, Vermont native. He enjoyed snurfing since the age of 14. Says that right there. But he also helped create bindings to put himself on the board.
Junior year of high school, I was dressed head to toe in Burton gear. My backpack was Burton, my hat was Burton, shirt. I love
LeVar?
Yeah, actually,
LeVar Burton.
But don't take my word for it. Right? So I think the slope style is cool. The big air is legendary. Snowboard cross actually fits really well here.
I love snowboard
It's
cross.
hectic. It's awesome. But there are few cooler things in this world than a snowboard half pipe competition. Like Shaun White.
Come on
a half pipe.
Shaun White is the only triple gold medalist in snowboarding.
Legendary.
Yeah.
I give it a bronze.
Liar.
It's a total gold. This is my number one thing.
By the way, the snowboarding peaked in popularity in 2007 and has been in a steady decline since then.
You just want to rub that in?
A little bit, because I want to be the champion for this, Zach.
No. I will not let you.
No, I'm not going to be the champion for this. The injury rate for snowboarding is about 4,000 to 6,000 persons per day.
Wow.
Which is around double the amount for alpine skiing.
I legitimately have a broken tailbone from all my years of snowboarding.
Well, yeah, because your feet don't pop out in snowboards.
Yeah.
You're in there. So when you fall, you fall.
The most awkward thing is when you go up the lift and you have to jump off the lift. Skiers, it's really easy. You're like, la-di-da, let's just jump off the chair. But
Gosh,
snowboarders,
you're so biased against
snowboarders,
skiers.
you have one leg loose and the other one's in the binding, and you generally fall down, and then the next people on the lift run into you.
I see people walking around with snowboards half on their feet. It looks like like when you have your pants around your ankles and you're trying to run.
Basically. I actually got embarrassed because when I first started snowboarding, Hansen was really popular. And so I got a sticker because I covered...
Burton?
Yeah, well, I like that. I covered my board in stickers, and I had a sticker right in the middle that said Hansen sucks. And I was like, yeah! And then 5 years later, I'm like, I need to go snowboarding again. And I was like, I'm going to rent a snowboard because that's so embarrassing that I would even care to have that on my board.
Embarrassing the hatred.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I gave this one I give it a silver.
Okay.
It's not one that I watch it's still pretty
It
new.
really isn't.
No,
It's fun to
I prefer
watch.
the skiing one. I don't know why.
They're virtually the same, except this one's a little bit better.
No, I think skiing's better than
It's more
snowboarding in the Olympics.
extreme.
I'm not into Jolt Cola and Surge, Kent. Yeah, it's not going to sell me. So yeah, Kent's our champion here.
I also give it a silver. Oh, wow. I don't like half
Will
pipe.
you guys come to the match and watch me? I mean,
if I'm available.
If we got time.
We'll see.
Zach and I were going to get some hot chocolate at the lodge.
that's basically what happens to you, snowboarder.
Yeah.
I'm hurt. Can I get some hot cocoa?
All right, now to our final event, which, knowing that our champion already, we'll get to that. But we're finishing with figure skating.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, it's just whenever I played Winter Games on the NES, the figure skating was one of my favorite competitions.
Bodes well for you.
Individuals, pairs, or groups perform spins, jumps, moves into the field, lifts, throw jumps, death spirals, and other moves on ice skates. You got the men's singles, the ladies singles, pair skating, and ice dance.
Yeah, I don't really follow ice dance, but apparently I've probably seen it a ton, but I always thought it was pairs.
Ice dance is weird,
Yeah.
because there's a lot more rules to it. Like you're not allowed to do lifts or jumps like you would in the regular.
Yeah, I mean, it's just dancing to the music.
Yeah, I
mean, that seems really basic, right?
I think of ice dance essentially, watch me not fall. Like that's the whole thing of it. It's like watch what I can do on skates and not fall. Whereas the other ones have a little more finesse to them, I think, maybe. By the way, dominating country, you guys want to guess? Dominating country for figure skating?
France.
Japan.
USA.
Yeah?
USA. 15 gold medals. Jackson Haynes, by the way, was an American ballet dancer. He was the father of modern figure skating. He was the one before that. It was like figure skating was like English style, which is rigid and formal. He did more of kind of like a dance and more graceful. And he's also screwed his figure skates directly into his boots because they used to be like just straps. But if you screw them in, you can do more things with it. Olympic figure skaters are not professional skaters because
obviously
a professional skater is someone who actually gets paid to what they do. So it's usually people
to go on
after the
tour,
Olympics.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's the Disney.
It's like
people.
Broadway, right?
Yeah,
you run the Broadway show and then it travels, and then it can be sold.
So I was going to say they're basically.
I mean, it makes sense. Figure skating at Broadway, a lot of flair.
Yeah.
By the way, do you guys have a song that you would choose if you were to solo skate? I would go Requiem for a Dream. I think that would be my song.
Ooh, that would be pretty good.
Yeah,
do.
Really epic.
I was
wouldn't go well.
thinking Mambo number 5.
I love it.
That's my ice dancing.
Were you also the rhythmic gymnast as well?
I think
It
so.
makes sense.
I would definitely do the track Derezzed from Tron Legacy.
Oh, that would be cool.
Little Daft Punk.
And then we could all be in Disney on Ice after we're retired.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's some confusion, gentlemen, on what the different terms mean when they talk about these tricks they do.
I'm really upset that they call those skinny girls sow cows.
They're actually, I was going to say, let's get into that real quick, okay? So let me just talk about toe jumps, okay? The main toe jumps are, there's the toe loop, where the skater takes off backwards with the outside edge from the right or left foot, launching the jump with the opposite toe pick, obviously.
Okay.
The flip, also known as the toe sow cow, the skater takes off backwards from the inside edge of the left or right foot and assists the takeoff using the opposite toe pick.
What?
And then a Lutz, obviously, is similar to the flip, but the skater takes off from the backward outside edge of the left or right foot, launching the jump using the opposite toe pick.
Oh, yeah. That one makes sense.
Unless a dude is doing a straight up backflip, I don't know what's good.
Well, I see him spin, and if they land it, I'm like, brilliant. But then the judges are like, I don't know about that.
Minus 10th of a point.
All I
That was
know
only
is
a double Lutz. I was hoping for a triple Lutz, as it said in the program.
all I know is anything that I saw in Will Ferrell's Blades of Glory was not good, including the movie.
Fun fact, men in Olympics are not allowed to wear tights. So Will Ferrell in his little outfit wouldn't have worked. They have to wear pants.
That's the only thing that was
But they're
Like,
Trousers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But tight pants, like with flare at the bottom, right?
Yeah, but I just thought that was a weird rule, a weird line to draw there of like, well, not tights, but pants are okay.
But Speedos are okay.
well,
as
of course.
Yeah.
They're free-flowing Speedos. Oh, man.
I think this is craftsmanship of the Winter Olympics. This is the elite event, I would say. And almost the reason to watch.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not the 80s and 90s anymore. That's where stars were born. This one still...
Poor Michelle Kwan.
Well, this is one of the most expensive sports to do as well.
Because you
Like,
train your whole life?
Yeah, it's the cost of ice time and coaching. This is an
therapy
excessively
that you
expensive
need
sport.
after.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah. And but then also this prize money for this is relatively low to compared to other sports.
The medical bills from getting your kneecaps blown out.
You got to have shin splints, knee injuries, back problems, not uncommon. Partners have accidentally slashed each other with their skate blades.
Yeah.
The way they train is they have like wires that they'll have you on, and then they'll help you like as you jump. The wires will help you not fall and break your face.
Getting attacked and then having a Margot Robbie movie made about you.
Yeah,
This is a gold. This is a straight up gold.
yeah. This is an absolute gold. This is one where if you're watching the Winter Olympics, you're going to see figure skating because it is like the event to watch. So I will be happy to represent. Oh, Zach, did you already say yours?
This is the gymnastics, and
Yes.
I don't like gymnastics either. So bronze.
What? Stop
I don't
it.
like figure skating.
Hold on.
I don't like it.
What?
It's figure skating.
There's music.
It is
They play
craftsmanship on art.
They play
on ice.
classical music or modern pop.
I like
What more
when,
do you want?
I like when guys cross the finish line faster.
You don't like to see people cry when they realize their score after they're done and they're like,
No.
but I thought I did better.
Watch-
I love when they're happy.
Watching 16-year-olds cry into their coach's arms is not fun
No,
to me.
as like one of my favorite things, one of the most satisfying things is when they jump up and do the spins.
Yeah.
Like 70 spins in a row.
How hard would
and
that
then,
be?
poof, they land with their leg out. And I'm like, that is amazing.
Throw roses.
I never get tired of that, ever.
Like they have the rose girls that like
Yeah.
they like pick up teddy bears and roses. Like that job sucks.
Joel, since you're representing, I notice you need a partner for pairs. Well,
me.
I'm a hockey player, right? And there's this movie called The Cutting Edge, and I had to retire from hockey. So if you need a partner for ice dancing,
I don't know if our figure skating and hockey skating styles will mesh well on the ice, Kent. I'm at odds with you right now. This is going to go well.
really well.
Nice.
All right. So
Wow, Zach, a bronze.
there we go. So can you let us know which?
Well, first of all, let's do what we all gave gold medals.
Oh, yes.
There's only one event, and it was the first one we discussed, which is alpine skiing.
That's the only one we agreed on?
Yes,
On for goals?
You didn't like curling, Joel. I
Well,
didn't.
yeah.
I don't really care for figure skating.
That's your problem.
And freestyle skiing, I also didn't really care for. So I kind of brought the average down on a lot of these. But we did have agreement on a couple bronze medal events, which is cross country skiing and Nordic combined.
Okay.
I'm doing both of those, I'm pretty sure. You guys are
You are. Yes, you
Thanks,
are.
Joel.
You are. Yeah, sorry about that. So let's talk about the events that you are representing in. Joel.
Yes, sir.
And this is just alphabetical order now. You will be our bobsled champion.
Okay.
Cross country skiing. We all love that. That's going to be fun. We'll definitely support you there. Figure skating.
Okay.
Nordic combined.
Uh-huh.
And speed skating.
Okay. Yeah, I can help.
I'm not going to lie. I think people are coming to see you perform in the Olympics just for the figure skating.
Yes. My sequin Speedo is going to be something to behold.
I am very excited.
Although you got to be careful because if anything falls off on the ice, they will dock you points. Like if
Naturally.
a sequin falls off, it's
dangerous.
because that could be
Oh, wow.
dangerous.
I mean, you can throw roses and teddy bears after.
Yes,
and I'm
after it's
sure
over.
those like 8-year-olds clean it up great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Kent.
Yes.
You will be doing curling,
Awesome.
ice hockey,
Okay.
short track speed skating,
Great.
skeleton.
Oh,
good
no.
luck with that, and snowboarding.
Yeah.
Kent, you're a manly Olympian.
Thanks, bro.
You hook 'em.
And then I think I'm the preppy one of the group. I am doing alpine skiing, biathlon, freestyle skiing, luge, and ski jumping.
Man, we got
Yeah,
you on
you're
skis
super
a lot.
I'm on skis in every event.
I hated you in high school.
You're
And-
wearing skis on the luge? Why?
Oh, that's just luge. And
Why am I going so slow?
Why is there someone on top of me?
that's a good point. And
It's always a good point.
and R.I.P. My curling career ended before it began.
Yeah, you were fine. You wanted that one so bad.
I did.
You should have fought for it.
Yeah.
I did. No, I like the events I got. Actually, it's
Do you
pretty
want to
good.
swap any?
No.
I'll give you cross country.
I'll keep them. Let's be honest. I'm dying in the alpine event anyway. It's like I'm not competing.
No,
in
but then
anything else.
we're gonna weekend at Bernie's you for the other ones.
Oh, nice.
Like prop you up.
Just not luge. Just push the sled down.
Zach, we got a proposition for you. You can be in curling, but you have to be the stone.
So there you go. Let us know if you agree with our Olympic ratings. Also, let us know which events you would like to compete in. These are the conversations we'd like to have on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So join us there and enjoy. And we hope you're enjoying the Winter Olympics from this year and any years past this when you're listening.
All right, but before we go, we'd like to thank our Olympic patrons. So we have I'm the Listener. It's Lady Terry Finley, Shannon West, Chris Strout, Sean Sandquist, Jennifer Kilkowski, Braden Winterton, Alicia Bass, Glow Klein Daniel, Sir and Madam Hicks, Adam and Rachel Crump, Allison Gall, Rocky and Steph, Scott Sprague, Jake the Cooler King Swallow, Andrew in the Dark, Casey Cummings, John English Brick 4 standing by, Ryan and Marley, and Debbie Foster.
Thank you so much.
And from the Bacon Council, we have Nicole sitting in the sin bin Hale, the one, the only, Chris Anderson, Stephen Ross, Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry, our favorite couple, the Madsons, Bacon Council member Kyler, and Beaker.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons.
We appreciate you. And we appreciate you, listener, for listening to us as well. But if you want to find me, you can find me at Stem6Joel on Twitter. You can find me performing with the Quickwits. They perform at the Midvale Performing Arts Center. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quickwits Facebook page.
If you want to find me on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. If you want to read my movie reviews, it's ShowtimeShowdown.com.
If you want to talk about how great skiing is and how much snowboarding sucks, even though I've done neither, you can schedule an appointment with me to get a haircut at Blake'sBarbershop.com. You can also reach out to me on Twitter and Instagram at Tumblr Crumbling Mustard. But while you're doing that, make sure you're following Baconsale on social media. Like that Facebook page and also go to @Baconsale on Twitter and Instagram. Stop by tpublic.com/Baconsale if you'd like to get yourself a t-shirt. You want to represent Baconsalia the proper way. Bring that to the event. We'll notice you. We'll shout you out.
We're the ones in the Speedos.
Yeah, that's us. That's us. You can't miss
Speedos,
it.
scarves, and beanies.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you're offended by what you're seeing, it's us. And then if you like the show, you like what's going on here, and you want to support us further, go to patreon.com/Baconsale, where a bunch of fun stuff is happening there. You'll get exclusive videos, behind the scenes snippets, and of course, our almost weekly Bacon Bits, where we just talk about whatever. We tell strange stories.
We do.
Watch strange things.
We do.
It's a good time. Patreon.com/Baconsale.
So until next time, we've been your human blankets.
Man, democracy is so cool in Baconsalia.
I mean, it sounds like dictatorship, but it's a good idea. I think it's the three of us wearing a large trench coat, sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yes! Muppet style.
Wearing Speedos.
Because
Hey Siri, where do I find super long trench coats? Sometimes you get some decent freeways in a crappy outdoor mall. Roots beanies.
skeleton bloopers, please.
No!
Oh, no.
That's like...
I want to see the skiers go way off track and just get impaled on their own ski.
Mr. Gate.
What a loser.
Doc. I have dainty ankles.
Snowboarder.
Snowboarder?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Come on, because it's cooler.
What do you mean by that?
That is such a Kent pick.
I've been snowboarding since I was 14.
That makes sense.
Oh, gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Did I get in your way? Oh.
As a skier, I recognize the greatness in other people as they ski.
That Speedo's going to go flying.
Oh,
no.
This is like polite gliding.
Beautiful art form of body.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
I hate that country so much. They're a bunch of snowboarders.
I am the skier of your pain.
Bobsleigh Queen.
I love the nationalism.
I mean, you're speaking different languages. You can curse all you want. Snowboarders are the worst.
I'm going to go around that track so fast. Oh, you won't even know, guys.
That's really
Triggered!
when I fall down a rail ice skating, I like to fall on my mittens.
The 90s when this came to be a thing.
Yeah.
So did I.
But accidents happen.
Disqualification.
How do you have this bone knowledge?
I'm Joel.
It's like that Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah. I'll die for Baconsalia.
You can just fall asleep. I will be put to sleep.
Person
And the devil's
sled.
you're just laying on another dude. That would be Kent as the base layer, and I'm the human blanket.
I want to be Little Spoon.
That's what makes me deeply uncomfortable. Coming this summer to a winter near you.
But you're...
Do yourself a favor, Google Norway curling pants.
Ah, la-di-da. Let's just jump off the chair.
I'm really upset that they call those skinny girls sow cows.
The term slalom, by the way, comes from the Norwegian word slalom,